Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. HeirofCarthage here. I'm excited to have you all back and to continue our Clan Angrund campaign. This one has been interesting. We're kind of right in the middle of this 8 Peaks Thunderdome, as it were. And we need to do some replenishing, as we had some pretty good sized battles last time around. The AI is also replenishing, unfortunately. Whenever we're replenishing, you can be assured that they're replenishing and rebuilding faster. However, we did thwart some of their Wa armies, which is probably a good thing, ultimately. Our garrison is starting to build up here nicely, too, which will give us a little protection as we do attempt that replenishment. And speaking of replenishment, it is a little slow. If we were over here at Inspirational Lord, we could do a little something more about that, but it does look like we had opened up some of these abilities here. So ammunition for miners, rangers, bolt throwers, miners, rangers. I don't think we have a lot of these types of units at the moment. We do have a couple of rangers. We don't have the miners, so I'm not really sure how helpful tunnel warfare is going to be here. Charge bonus is good. It's not amazing, but it's good. Man, all of these are kind of crappy, to be honest. This one's pretty good right here, the Shattering Aura. Yeah, that's kind of a mixed bag. The local recruitment capacity would be good, too. I guess I'll go ahead and take care of these things while we're here. So I'm going to do this, gather the old clans here. So we'll get that one instilled and head along here into the next situation. So let's see.
Yes.
Got some more skill points. And I think we'll finish up Woundmaker here. Training and hard to hit. We'll do a little bit into both. And then I've got 3 skill points here as well. We've gone with Deadeye here, and I think Requisition is going to be the next good one because it improves how much ammunition is carried by our army. And that, of course, just translates to more damage, assuming you live long enough to use it, which we certainly would be trying hard to. Let's see, Relentless. Let's go with Sharpened Weapons. And let's get right here. Hammers. Someone kind of buffs hammers. Wanderer gives Stalker Snipe for all Rangers. And this one buffs up. Okay, so none of these are going to be super applicable to what we're working on right now, so we probably don't need to rush into it. Let's... a couple points over there in training. Okay. Alright, that should work. Let's go ahead and end our turn, assuming we don't want to build a building, which... we actually probably should build a building here. Start getting a hold of that iron resource. We can increase our growth. We already have iron here as well, which is certainly not a bad thing. We don't have much defense back in those other settlements, but there may be little that we can actually do about that for the time being, so we'll stand a turn. So the turn was ended. I went ahead and moved into the settlement at Karag Monar. And I'm hoping that'll help me replenish more quickly. There are a considerable number of enemies nearby. We're going to need to make some progress. Kara Grill, which sounds like a greenskin restaurant, or a dwarf restaurant here, might be the right place to strike because it doesn't have walls. Which also means their garrison is probably less considerable, which is definitely true when I'm looking at that settlement garrison. Let's move... I can't move underground unless I get out of the settlements. And then it won't let me move underground. That's really frustrating. Just go ahead and get back in the settlement then.
On to vengeance.
I guess... oh, it's because I had moved a little, which is why it wouldn't let me move underground. Okay, yeah, that's right. Once you start moving, you can't do it, and I had moved that little bit back into the settlement, so my bad. Made that mistake there of not recognizing that. As far as this goes, I mean, a little bit of extra income from the tool makers is gonna potentially be helpful here, because it really would be good to start a second army, or to at least get better units in this army. And what is it? Infinite money is the sinews of war, right? It's hard to lose whenever you're absolutely stacked with cash. So yeah, sorry, during that last turn end, the Crooked Moon Gits here, Crooked Moon Greenskin, whatever we want to call them, they moved up towards Zilfin. I moved my army over to go after them. I had my mic muted, by the way, if you're wondering why I didn't show that. I had my mic muted and then needed to re-record this. We do have a battle that we could fight here for the Shield of Defiance, which would be nice. I did realize, too, we had a skill point at the end of that turn, and I spent that skill point on Bane of Destruction, which is going to give us extra melee attack, weapon strength, when we're fighting against greenskins, and when we're fighting against Skaven, we get a bonus versus infantry, and against ogres, we get a bonus versus large, which is actually really big. That would have been that'll be handy eventually. So that Bane of Destruction, actually a really cool ability there. Let's go ahead and end another turn and take these guys out. Hopefully they don't get my settlement. They certainly can if they choose to, but I'm hoping that they'll kind of scare off here. So let's see what happens. Unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for the AI, they've chosen to go and sack my settlement. So this will take away some money that I spent on buildings. It will temporarily set me back a little bit, but ultimately this will result in the destruction of this army. And this behavior from the AI is not just annoying, but it's self-destructive and pointless. So like if they go off in this direction, which they are, I just don't understand this behavior from the AI. Like, oh, drat, you got Zilfin, and they might go back behind me and go get those other settlements. Okay, now that army is totally out of play over here, and I'm going to go take... So, watch what happens. They do this, they can't replen, they lost units, they're behind enemy lines, they've got no good target, like they'd have to make a whole nother... I don't think they could reach Valea's Sorrow to attack it on the next turn. They might be able to. And this also kind of comes into where I believe the Great Book of Grudges needs some works now. Because of that annoying behavior, I now have another grudge I have to go get, and I don't really get any cool reward for doing it. It's just more annoying to have to go chase that army. So I don't like this AI behavior because it is antithetical to victory. And it's really a bad way for the AI to behave in terms of if they're ever going to pose an actual threat to the player. So I'm not going to repair the building at Zilfin because they're probably just going to come attack it again. I don't know what that army will do. We'll see. I'm honestly not that worried about it getting behind me. But watch what happens here in the next turn. The greenskins who stayed with their settlement, yeah, see they turned around and just started raining. Which that'll probably put a grudge in the book too, that I'm going to have to go settle. So again, stuff like this kind of makes the Book of Grudges a little bit of a chore and less of a rewarding mechanic. Again, it's a characterful mechanic, and I get it for the dwarves lore-wise, but it feels like it just needs to be integrated a little better into one of those cool, rewarding campaign mechanics like we get for the other factions. So we can lose some control, or we can gain some control, but lose some leadership in our armies. I don't think our leadership in our armies... Yeah, see, look at this. Rather than actually defend their settlement, the AI abandons it. This behavior is completely nonsensical. I'm going to pull the rug out from underneath them because they're not going to have any settlements left. And they might go try and raise a few of mine or sack them or something like that, but ultimately it is an extremely poor decision on their part because it's going to result in them, maybe winning a battle, but losing badly in the campaign. So I think this type of behavior would be one thing on the easy settings in the Total War campaigns. I think if you're wanting to put... Look at this. They have 4 armies. The AI could put it at a very... And look, they've got this one over here, too. Of course, Queek took out the other dwarves there, so we're about to get a big fight. But what I'm saying is the AI always splits up, and then you can just pick them apart piecemeal because they split up. So I'll kind of show you all over the next couple of turns what I mean by this, and we'll demonstrate it. But let me go ahead and end the turn here. We're going to end up having to fight the greenskins here shortly. But it's extremely unlikely that they'll send multiple armies and actually confront me in an effective way. So check this out. Somehow the AI has 5 armies when they only have 2 settlements. So that's nonsensical to begin with as well. But again, I kind of like the big battles, so we'll ignore that for a moment. But look at the way they've split their armies. They sent 2 armies over here. This one's beat up. This one is out of position now. So watch the result of their having sent their armies to the wrong places at the wrong time. So this army now, I can take Belegar, and I can go attack this. Yeah, we'll go attack. Well, I'm kind of curious. If I attack this one, will that make Skarsnik spawn in behind me? If so, I can just turn around and kill his army first, like pin them up against the line. So here, just watch this though. We'll be able to make a good victory out of this. Alright, yeah, so check out this cool result, right? So the AI split up. Rather than bringing 4 or 5 armies after me at once, which would pose a considerable challenge for me to win in battle and pose a real threat, because if they destroy my army, it then leaves all my settlements open to their invasion. But see the way they've moved things, where now I only have to face 2 of their armies, and then I was able to attack in such a way that it's going to force this one. So check it out, they're going to come on as reinforcements. Their friends aren't even moving towards me, as they should be. They're waiting on the reinforcements. So again, just mistakes here in the way that CA decides to program their AI. And these mistakes make the AI considerably less effective. So to me, I think it's a big mistake, ultimately. I'm going to go ahead and just leave a couple Slayers back here to guard my back lines, but watch this. As soon as the AI comes onto the battlefield, and speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and put all these units onto a defensive stance. Same thing here. Yeah, I'm going to put them on a defensive stance, because basically I'm going to just start murdering Skarsnik's troops the minute he steps onto the battlefield. And here they come. So here they are. I'm going to go immediately intercept that Black Orc Big Boss. They're going to start getting absolutely hammered with Quarrelers. I'm going to target Skarsnik, actually, and I'm going to take my Runesmith and slow him down while I'm at it. I can countercharge these guys, get into combat. And essentially now I've got the Greenskins here in a just big, giant mess of a situation. And I should be in a position to really drop a major beating on him. We'll see. Get a misclick there. Okay, let's make sure my other abilities get used. Kind of smoke bomb out here. A little ballistics calibration. Alright, I'm pumping Skarsnik full of bolts. You can see that his army's absolutely falling apart. His reinforcements are coming to try and stop the hemorrhaging, but I'm going to block them, at least temporarily. 1 second, so now I can get a rune of... There we go. Alright, Skarsnik is still alive. He's kind of hiding behind my unit, unfortunately. So I'm going to move my unit. There he goes. Alright, so Skarsnik's dead, which means that this battle's pretty much over. We killed the Black Orc Big Boss. It looks like most of the troops are on a route. I mean, it would have been nice to do this like a little cleaner, but we're not in any horrible situation here. I'm going to try and intercept those squig herds. Alright, there we go. So like I said, just a matter of kind of pushing out the rest of their troops here, which won't take too much longer. They do some trolls over there still that I would like to get rid of, but I've got too many units coming from behind me here. Let's take care of those. Alright, so as those reinforcements come, I'm going to send some reinforcements across the battlefield. Alright, took out another archer unit. Let's take out another archer unit. Kind of feed some ammo back into my troops. Bring this guy back over. Do something like this so I can buff up some of my troops. I have a dwarf warrior kind of on the ropes over here. I don't really want to lose any units, but I think we're probably about to force a chain rout of the enemy. They do have a leader left, which is that hag here. The fishy Tittlemuncha. But we took out that army. Most of this army died in an attempt to reinforce. There we go. There goes the trolls. The fishy Tittlemuncha's out. So, all right, there we go. So see, was not a smart deployment of their troops. They're going to take a lot of damage. So the battle's over. I pick up gold. They take massive losses. That should ruin their Wa army as well. I believe they had a Wa army getting started. So yeah, not a good situation for them. Gives me Oath Gold, extra treasury. That's just feeding me. And now that these two armies have been significantly weakened, see that they're going to split apart there.
I ain't doing that.
There's quite a few units left in that army, but if I go fight it, I can totally kill them off. It says we would lose a warrior, so I'm going to go ahead and fight this one as well, and just kill this army off in its entirety, so that I don't lose my dwarf warrior there. Alright, the battle's kind of underway here. I'm actually going to maybe start shooting at those trolls there. Actually, I don't have line of sight yet. It's not totally surprising. They got some wolf riders working this flank over here. I'm going to keep an eye out for them. I've got another Slayer unit too that I'm going to use to kind of keep an eye out over here. Let's go ahead and put an end to that. And then let's take these ranged units, and I'm going to clobber trolls. Ooh, the warriors Dragonfire Pass here. Okay. Yeah, so I've got the AI right where I want them here. They really can't do anything about my army. I left some of my units behind, by the way, in order to just keep them safe. I didn't want some of my units to get KO'd entirely. Short a unit right here. Those Night Goblins got through. That's pretty frustrating. But not the end of the world. I don't actually think that Night Goblin will do stellar against those Rangers. And then as soon as, yeah, those Slayers are done, so I can actually clean that up now too. So there we go. Yeah, good deal. Easy peasy. Quick knockout blow. Should have smoke bombed those guys on the charge as well, but again, not a big deal because we're not really going to take any significant damage as a result. Alright, we just got to knock out those Goblin Wolf Riders back there, and I think this is pretty much it. They'll have a few regrouping units, and I think as long as I keep some units back here to kind of help protect my Quarrelers from those who are regrouping, then I'll let my Quarrelers blast out those Wolf Riders and put an end to this battle rather permanently. There's another one right there, and I do have... Those guys are moving around too much. I'm never going to hit them with that. Let's just, yeah, whatever. I'll actually just recast that right there. Something different. Shoot the wolves. Alright, there we go. See, easy victory. And now what's going to happen is that army is going to be completely gone. So the Greenskins got one army very damaged and lost one of their larger armies entirely. Alright, so there's that victory for us. Again, I'm just going to keep collecting Oath Gold and Treasury. That Oath Gold will pay dividends as soon as we start getting some trade routes. We can start getting some enormously powerful items out of the forge, and then see, I can get right back into the settlement. I can start replenishing rather quickly, and the AI's victory is going to ring rather hollow, because I'm going to turn around and kill them. Now, the Skaven are going to make life somewhat miserable for me in the meantime, but this settlement's actually now... It probably wouldn't survive that Skaven stack, but it'll certainly give these Greenskins a hard time. So, again, they gave me temporary headaches, and those temporary headaches are going to avail them very little. I probably should have done these blue skills earlier. Lightning Strike could be very handy in a situation like this, and it was something I probably should have done earlier. Let's finish up Woundmaker. I like giving these units as much strength as we can. Makes them a lot more efficient at killing our enemies. More missile strength to our army is always a good thing. Finish up some more work on Wrath and Ruin. Or sorry, let's do that Sharpen Weapons, because that's going to have an impact on our unit's ability to cut through people a little better. And then we have the one more skill point here, which is going to go to... we'll do Ancestral Grudge because we're fighting Greenskins. Makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so we still have our damage building. Not much we can do about that. Not going to be building anything there either. we have plenty of money piled up in case we go into the negative, even from a couple of battles. Alright, it looks like all the Greenskins took all their armies to go and try and overrun Karag Monar. And they might, but to me, this is worth fighting. Even if we lose, if we can just damage them terribly in the attempt, we can leave these armies in a weakened state for our army to catch up to. Now, the Skaven are moving across here too, so we may have to also deal with Queek. The timing of the Skaven being here is unfortunate, but it kind of adds to the whole Thunderdome thing that's going on down here, so it should be fun nonetheless. AI is kind of deployed around me in different spots. They have a lot of skulkers, so I'm not going to be able to see all their units immediately. I do have my towers operating. They're not going to be insanely strong towers because of the walls just not being fully upgraded yet, but we'll get some kills from them nonetheless. I've placed some quarrelers on each of our gatehouses, knowing that the enemy's going to come and try and break through the gates, so I should be able to do some pretty severe damage to anything coming after my gates. Trolls, of course, can heal, which is unfortunate, but if we can manage to kill any of those entities prior to getting to the gates, that'll resound to our benefit, and we should be about to start killing entities. It's taken some pretty egregious damage. We're gonna finally, yeah, there we dropped one entity. Only one entity. We've got them on the ropes here. I think there's another wall from a trail. Let's go see what's happening on this side. They came at me with a few units over here, including some nasty skulkers. There ended up being more enemies over here than I was hoping there would be. I'm actually going to drop this unit back over here. I don't know if I can get reinforcements over there very timely. Plus, we're going to have enemy reinforcements coming there. I don't know. We're going to have to just do the best we can. Oh, crap. They've got ladders coming at me over here. Shoot. We got a nasty... 2 units of nasty skulkers over there putting ladders up on me. That's not good news. We're going to need to come meet those skulkers and defeat them. So I'm going to start moving some units in that direction. And then they put units on the walls over there. So I'm actually probably almost certain to lose this at this point, because what the AI will do is they won't even try and fight me for the walls here. They're just going to get behind me and start trying to make captures. That's going to be their one and only concern here. Unfortunately for me. Maybe start attacking that unit. The only thing we can hope for is to maybe just start to trounce all over enemy units. I think I'm hitting my own wall right there. That's probably not great. No, it's indestructible from the inside, so we should be good. They do have a unit that's going to break through my gates. It's a nasty skulker. Yeah, this is definitely not an ideal situation for us here. Not at all. Their Night Goblin boss, though, is not doing so well. Do they have units breaking my gates? If they do, I can't see them. And I'm going to make it over here just in time to kind of head off these nasty skulkers. I think there's 2 units of them over here, if I remember right.
String them! Kill them!
I don't think they've had time to get off the walls yet. Where's their ladders? Okay, the other one was right over here. Just get up here and we'll block off all those guys. Alright, they're coming down to fight me over here, which is actually kind of good for me. Yeah, that's actually okay for me at the moment. Again, I don't know that we can win this. But we can try. I don't want those skulkers after me. They're still trying to get through my gates over here. I gotta get away from those skulkers. They smoke bomb me. They're gonna... Crap, they're gonna break through my gate right there. That is not what I needed. See if we can shoot those goblins up a little bit. They had an extra unit over here. I might actually run away from this unit for a minute. I don't know if I can actually flee from it successfully, but... We don't want to sit there and fight that unit. That's not going to do me any good. I'm going to keep running away from this. Keep running away. Run away, run away. Alright, sorry. I got to go in slow motion for a minute because I've got to be all over the screen at once. The AI gets the benefit of being able to control whatever they want all at the same time. I do not get any such benefit. I gotta turn that on. Is that unit routed? Shaken. I don't know where their actual banner is at. That's kind of strange. Alright, we're going to end up getting rid of those units. We're going to end up beating back the enemy over here, though they did get units in behind me through that gate, which means they're going to go start trying to capture. That's going to get hard to counter because we don't have the speed. Let's just keep trying, though. Like I said, one thing at a time. We'll deal with it one thing at a time. Come on. I need to put an end to this. Let's go and start shooting that unit now that they've turned their back to me. I was winning this very decisively up here on the walls, but like all of a sudden I started taking a lot of damage on my units over here. It's a little bit frustrating, to be honest. Okay, what else we gotta deal with here? They got a few Night Gobos coming up the walls. I see another Night Goblin working its way around. I don't know where they're headed, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. So we're going to have... Oh, one of their leaders here. It's just a Gobbo Great Shaman. I could pull these units down off the walls now because most of the reinforcements are here. So that's more goblins coming up on the walls there. I have 2 units there, though, so we should be good. Don't know. I mean, the goblins are losing an extreme number of their forces here. I'm gonna try and engage. I don't want to have this happen here. I'm gonna try and keep my quarrelers away because that'll hurt my power bar to lose ammunition. I'm actually gonna chase these units with it and keep them from returning. We've kind of got a good thing going on leadership-wise over there. We've kind of got a bad thing going on over here. I've got more units than I can deal with. One of them just got in behind me and is likely to take out my grudge thrower here. How did that nasty skulker manage to like come through the gates all on its own? It's a little bit strange. Alright, we're getting overrun a little bit. The number of skulkers is too dang high. I thought I told you guys to chase him, so please do. We got a troll unit over here. That's not good. That's the troll I think we shot up earlier. Let's finish these guys up. Ooh, yeah, kill that guy. Kill that guy. Put some arrows in him. Can we put any arrows in that guy, please? Put some arrows in him, please. Come on, he's almost dead. Oh, yeah. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna shoot those. The trolls are trying to make a capture there. That actually might resound to my benefit. They're only about 2 to 1 on me at the moment. We can reduce the numbers here. That sure would be great. And I'm getting free kills over here, which is really spectacular. I'm gonna go over here and attack that Night Goblin Archer. That'll help me. They are making a capture on that gatehouse, or were. If we can go over here and kill this goblin leader who's trying to make captures, that'll be good. And they've got this, they've got that leader in behind me as well that we're gonna need to handle. Okay, we just routed another unit here. Let's get down there and get those. Okay, if we can get rid of those trolls, that'll be a big win. Again, don't know if we're gonna win. Not totally convinced of that happening yet. But, I mean, we are forcing extremely heavy losses on the AI here. Let's kill those archers, because taking away that ammunition should help the power bar. At least I think. That Night Goblin Archer is, like, just running away from me, despite the fact that it's still up here on the ladders. Like, so AI pulling some shenaniganry there. They got a Spider Rider that's trying to just bypass me. They're taking heavy damage up here. But they are kind of hurting me pretty badly as well. Let's fire over here, maybe. How did we end up over here? Not great. They're after my Rangers, and I only got a couple guys. Let's see if we can finish them off. Oh boy. It's going to be a mess of a finish, but This guy just running away from me, too. That's utterly brilliant. I don't know if I can catch these archers if I go give chase to them. Okay, we got rid of the trolls back here, so let's go recapture some of these spaces back here. And again, we're just gonna keep inflicting casualties. I have a whole bunch of defense money, and I would like to use that to build some towers, but if I lose any of these points, they'll just get captured and taken away from me. What is this one tied to? Yeah, and we're about to lose that point. So I have a whole bunch of these points contested at the moment, so I'm not sure it resounds to my benefit. Come on. AI does this crap where they just go in, they just go for your capture points. They do have to unlock the victory point, but they are about to do that by capturing that key building. Now I can relock it as I move up here and hopefully force them into a fight. But unfortunately, the slowness of dwarves is about to cost me dearly here, unfortunately. Dang it. Our guys did not win their fight over here either. They very nearly did. But nearly is not enough in this case, unfortunately. I'm going to try and kill as many of these units out here. I've still got my... my towers are still firing over here, which again is good for me. Unfortunately, I lost to these night goblins over here. That's really frustrating. I don't know how those night goblins cut through the armor of my dwarf warriors. That seems extremely unlikely. Like, again, another convenient set of circumstances. Look at him just running away from me, capturing every point that he can get his hands on. Greedy little jerk. And that has an impact on the battle, unfortunately. I could go ahead and start fortifying my victory position back here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll get a couple of fortifications started back there. But we're probably going to lose these other capture points, at least for the time being, maybe permanently. For whatever reason, my guys are struggling to finish night goblins, which seems extremely unlikely to me. They have poison, but they just don't have any armor. I'm going to let this unit hold right there. I'm going to see if I can sneaky stab him, huh? Oh my gosh, the slowness of dwarves is going to drive me absolutely batty right now. We're making them waste all their ammunition over here. Oh, they've still got reinforcements coming. Yeah, we're boned. We've got no chance. But we did inflict heavy casualties. I don't know how well it'll reflect at the end of the battle because, you know, a lot of times they like to just let the AI have, like, all of its troops back. But we will try to inflict extreme casualties at least. I may go ahead and just send these guys back here for a final stand. They could capture my victory point. I don't think they have any units back there. But see how their units route towards the back of the map? This is something CA needs to fix. The units need to route out of the settlement. Out, not in. Because what happens a lot of times is the AI will route into your settlement and then start capturing all your capture points. It's really a whole bunch of BS. Look at this. I have these guys surrounded, and the Night Goblins are still holding, and the Squig Herd is, like, indestructible. Again, inconvenient this is. Crap, man. We are just totally screwed. Yeah, we lost all of our units over there. Okay, so we recaptured that. They're just going to recapture it anyway. I wonder if we should just pull back to the victory point. Try and pull the AI through some of these towers, because obviously fighting them anywhere isn't helping me. Like, we're just losing every fight we get into over here. They're about to capture... They'll recapture that soon, so... I don't know, though. Building a tower here, I mean, it probably won't last, unfortunately. That one's tied there. That one's tied back over here. Where is that one tied to? I don't understand. It's like pointing somewhere. I don't know what the heck that one's pointing to. Look at this. I can't rat like a single unit of night goblins here. They're not unbreakable either. Yeah, see, they're just recapturing all the stuff I'm taking from them now. Okay, we finally routed it, but it's going to come back. I'm going to run back to my victory point. My guys are slower than... Oh my gosh, yeah, we're going to lose. They're capturing the victory point because they had units route back in here behind me. Look at that. Yeah, they have a nasty skulker that got all the way in behind me. Alright, yeah, we're gonna lose. Unfortunate for us, but let's just see if we can maybe knock out this leader as a last parting gift. Because that would be... Like, look at him just running away from me. Like, not even attempting to get into a fight, just going for the captures. Alright, well, we lost, but again, we inflicted relatively high casualties. Unfortunately for me, they will replenish that very, very quickly. So we're kind of trading settlements at the moment, and we're going to have to get the better of the AI, and some of the only way that's going to happen is to just remove their settlements. Easier said than done, but if we can remove their settlements, they won't have anywhere to train, they won't have anywhere to replenish. If we can get up and just flatten their armies, again, the fact that they had 5 armies with only 2 settlements is, again, a testament to the amount of, you know, shenaniganry that they get in their favor. See, all of these armies are not going to be replenishing, which is really bad for me. I kind of feel like we need to just get down here and fight these guys. Like, I don't really have all my forces replenished the way that I want, and that is unfortunate. Of course, we could get attacked by the Skaven as well. I don't know what Queek... Yeah, Queek's got pretty good movement range there, too. I can't fight Queek and them in the same turn. I can probably take all of them out in a single turn. I don't want to mess with walled settlements right now, but that's all they have. Like, all 3 of theirs are walled, and of course, they'll get their garrison replenished very, very quickly. I do not, whenever I take stuff. Yeah, see, they've got a significant garrison there. We've got to find a way to get all these guys into combat and catch them. Let's go ahead and just end the turn and see where they move. Not an ideal situation to be in, but we're going to deal with it. Yeah, see, check it out. The Skaven have 2 full stacks as well. So see, they got Queek over here, and then basically another full stack over here. So the Skaven and the Greenskins are going to have like 4 5-to-1 numbers on me, which I guess isn't terribly surprising. So I did not mean to do the move underground thing there. That was really frustrating. I needed to switch stances. But we'll just go ahead and end another turn. It's going to get sloppy here for a minute, folks. However, if I can get the AI to step into the right spot, I think we... Alright, I went ahead and ended another turn, and I moved back in here because they're moving towards my unguarded minor settlement, which is typical AI behavior. That means they're going to move in over here as well, but I've got to get in their way and force them to fight something somewhere. Like, basically right now the AI is just playing shenanigans and taking my settlements while avoiding my armies. And it's working for them for the time being because I can't be around here, but I've got them now coming to a choke point. So they're going to have to make a decision here. If they want to keep taking my stuff, then they can come in here and fight me, or they can continue to avoid me, like whatever they think is going to be best for them. We'll see. But I'm going to end another turn here and see if we can pick up a battle. We need a battle. Alright, so during that turn-in, Skarsnik did come to attack our tiny settlement. Big surprise, I know. Hard to predict the AI would do such a thing. And we have an opportunity to kill him out and out here, so let's do it. Alright, I had started the battle, and I had to wait on my reinforcements to come in, and the AI had already gotten to me by the time they came, because I kind of tried to rearrange their positioning, which honestly didn't end up working out that well. So I was in a situation of basically just having to last for like 3 or 4 minutes, which didn't go exactly according to plan right off the bat, but Skarsnik's army is not going to do well against my main force here. They were doing fine against my tiny settlement garrison, but this is not the tiny settlement garrison that's on the way here. In fact, I even have a brand new toy here, which is the Goblobber. So we've placed that into our army. And let's see, I'm gonna have to leave some Slayers to guard my backlines here. Okay, let's get in here and kind of get everything into position, get ready to take on these forces. They had a single unit of trolls come over into the woods and fight me over here, and my miners are not going to do great against trolls. But trolls also have really low armor and capability in terms of leadership, so we'll see whether we can win. Start trying to pull that troll down. Here comes the suicide charges. Alright. We're going to start shredding the enemy apart in a big hurry. There goes the trolls. I'm going to put all these guys into a defensive stance and target Skarsnik. I need my Rune Lord to slow Skarsnik's approach to keep him in the firing line for as long as possible. I'm going to try and bottle up these trolls with my Thane and with Belegar, and then I have these Slayers over here to clean up that Night Goblin. Did I really have a unit of... Oh, that's the garrison unit. Whereas it's routing is like, did I really have a unit route? I'm going to smoke bomb here to see if we can... I want those units to stay out in the open for a minute. I'm hoping that my Quarrelers can pump some shots into Skarsnik. They're getting their line of sight blocked as he gets close to my other characters or units because he's not a large unit. So, yeah, there we go. I got rid of the Squig Hoppers. Let's go get rid of these Night Goblins over here. My single entities are doing a good job of tanking. Yeah, there we go. We cleaned up Skarsnik. And now we just need to clean up the rest of his army. With him gone, though, their leadership is going to drop substantially. So this is good news. We've got them on the way out the door. So a good victory against Skarsnik, though. If we want to really gain anything here, we need to KO this army entirely. So we may need to pursue and destroy it if possible, in order to gain the maximum benefit of this. What are they, like, still hanging on to? Okay, I guess they got, like, a unit of archers over here. Like, okay. Let's get my Slayers back into the woods. They've got a couple of units that are trying to come back from routing for reasons unknown. They haven't totally forfeited the match yet. Oh, I think they still have those trolls fighting over here, too. That's what it is. This troll still being alive is allowing these guys to come back from routing. Alright, we got rid of that archer unit, so let's bury these trolls again. The trolls are going to cause very little damage to me. Okay, I'm going to swing another unit over here. Alright, another troll unit down. And this target, yeah, those trolls went down in a big hurry. Those are routing now too. Alright, there we go. That should be a perma route right there. So, success. And let's see if we can finish off this army in its entirety. So we're going to get some extra Oath Gold and gold from that. Skarsnik's army moved back and was able to keep almost all of its forces. We're going to attack them again and finish them off. Fortunately, we're going to get a little bit of replenishment during this turn-in. Oh, now they want a trade agreement. You know, like, why didn't you just give me that a few turns ago, whenever I actually had goods to trade? So strange. Alright, so you can see, again, his army escaped here into friendly territory, so they actually got to replenish, and probably replenish faster than we would. And now when we attack them, they'll run away as well. No, they didn't. Color me shocked. I'll just go ahead and auto-resolve this, so that's one of their armies out of the way. The auto-resolve was actually pretty kind to us. More Oath Gold. There's two Skaven armies here, so if I were to take Karag Yar, they would just descend on me in the next turn. So I might kind of... I wonder if I kind of continue to bait the traps here. Like, because this settlement will be very tempting to enemy armies because it's unguarded. In fact, like, if I try and rebuild it, that might further tempt them, so let's do that. Anyway, that's going to be about all the time that I have to mess around with this episode. It did not go well. We lost territory, considerable territory, in fact. So we'll have to fight it back, but, you know, hey, that's part of battling it out in the Thunderdome here, is we're just going to have to hang on and do our best to stay in this game. We lost one ally here, so the Skaven now have significantly more territory. That's not going to be great for us. We're struggling to get rid of the rest of the Greenskins here. I don't know how many other potential allies. Karak Norn is a long ways away, so they probably won't be of any great value to me. I did do the research to help improve relations with other factions like Lizard, And dwarves, the unfortunate thing is, there aren't any of those around here, so I don't even really have any good viable allies. We're gonna just have to beat the greenskins ourselves. And we'll see what we can do.